Might crystals are the antithesis to the void. Zelda's reward for closing up rifts in Echoes of Wisdom is a strange material known as the Might Crystal. At first, Might crystals might seem like a basic Zelda reward for progressing through the game. But don't you find the timing of this reward a bit strange? I mean, the whole time you're in the still world, you see these little floating Might crystal pieces, and when you repair the rift, you get an actual Might crystal. I don't think the placement of these little blue crystals is a coincidence at all. No, there's a deeper story here, and that story starts with Null. Later in the game, we learn more about Null. The goddesses show us that in the primordial void, little blue entities would start to take form before Null extinguished their existence, almost like it was putting out fires. My theory is that these crystals we see in the cutscene and the little blue floaties we see in the still world are the same thing. Not only that, but when left alone, these entities act as building blocks of the world that come together to form more complex elements like Might crystals. This theory explains a few things. For one, the location and timing of the Might crystals starts to make more sense. We see floating crystal pieces all over the still world, just like in the void, and in fixing the rifts, we allow pieces to take form into Might crystals. The crystals are also literally used as building material for Link's weapons by Luberry. The theory also explains why Might crystals are said to be effective against rift monsters. Null and his minions are the very embodiment of chaos trying to rip the world apart, while the Might crystals are the very building blocks that give order to the world. Not only does this theory explain the lore behind the crystals, but there's a lot more that we can reasonably speculate at this point. Null, again being the embodiment of chaos, is likely scared of order deeply, and so he devours Might crystals almost as if he's extinguishing fires before they become too orderly. Another idea we can play with is that perhaps the Triforce is the fundamental force that's creating and arranging the Might crystals to form. If Null is the embodiment of chaos, then the Triforce is the orchestrator of order. I really like this idea because not only is it really deep within the lore of Hyrule, but basically most real-world religions and stories hinge on a fundamentally good force trying to build up the world in spite of the chaos that's always pervasive in the world.